Alright, I just finished watching the first trailer for the new Resident Evil movie directed by Zach Cregger, and I'm not gonna lie, my feelings are completely mixed right now. Because on one side, this trailer genuinely looks good, like really good as a horror movie. The cinematography looks cold and brutal, the atmosphere feels oppressive, and the entire vibe reminds me more of a grounded, survival horror nightmare instead of the over-the-top action we usually get from Resident Evil live-action movies. But on the other side, this barely feels like Resident Evil to me, and that's the part I can't stop thinking about. From the very first seconds of the trailer, the tone already feels different. We see a snowy version of Raccoon City covered in chaos, burning vehicles everywhere, infected people running through the streets, bodies falling from the sky like some kind of biological apocalypse, and this new main character, Brian, played by Austin Abrams, trying to survive the outbreak alone. The trailer feels intense, claustrophobic, and extremely serious, almost like Barbarian mixed with a disaster movie. And honestly, that part actually works. Zach Cregger clearly understands horror. You can feel his style all over this trailer. The tension feels uncomfortable in a good way. The sound design is creepy, and visually, this might already be the best-looking Resident Evil movie we've ever gotten. But here's my issue. Where's Leon S. Kennedy? Where's Claire Redfield? Where's Jill Valentine? Where's Chris Redfield? Those characters are Resident Evil to a lot of fans, including me. When I think about Resident Evil, I don't just think about zombies. I think about the police station from RE2, the Spencer Mansion from RE1, the creepy save room music, the typewriters, the herbs, the ridiculous puzzles, the Umbrella Corporation experiments, and the chemistry between all these iconic characters we've followed for years. That's what made the games unforgettable. And right now, this new movie feels almost too serious. It feels like the Resident Evil name was placed on top of an original horror movie concept. The craziest part is, I actually think this movie might end up being better than Resident Evil Welcome to Raccoon City from a filmmaking perspective. Because let's be honest, Welcome to Raccoon City had problems. The acting was inconsistent, some characters felt wasted, the pacing was messy, and visually it sometimes looked cheap. But despite all that, at least it tried to respect the games. It gave us Leon, Claire, the mansion, the police station, Lisa Trevor, and all those classic references fans instantly recognized. Even if the execution wasn't perfect, you could tell the filmmakers actually wanted to recreate the feeling of the old games. This new trailer feels completely different. It feels less interested in adapting Resident Evil and more interested in reinventing it. That's not automatically bad. Some reinventions work. Sometimes changing things leads to something amazing. But when you change too much, eventually fans start asking, why even call this Resident Evil anymore? And I think that's the biggest issue with the trailer. If you remove the title and showed this to someone without context, they might think it's just a new original horror apocalypse movie. That classic Resident Evil identity feels very thin right now. Now, to be fair, this is only the first trailer. We still haven't seen the full story. Maybe Leon and Claire are hidden intentionally. Maybe Umbrella will become a much bigger focus later. Maybe the movie still has puzzles, labs, underground facilities, and all the classic lore hidden deeper in the plot. And honestly, I hope that's true, because I want this movie to succeed. I'm tired of bad Resident Evil adaptations. Fans deserve one truly great live-action movie after all these years, and Zach Cregger absolutely has the talent to surprise people. But after watching this trailer, my reaction is basically this. As a horror movie, this looks incredible. As a Resident Evil movie, I'm still not fully convinced yet, and I think a lot of longtime fans probably feel the exact same way right now. But anyway, that's just my opinion after watching the trailer. What about you guys? Do you think this new Resident Evil movie actually feels like Resident Evil, or does it feel more like a completely different horror movie using the Resident Evil name? Let me know down in the comments, because honestly, I'm really curious what longtime fans think about this trailer. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel for more movie reactions, movie lore, and fandom discussions like this. See you guys in the next one.